Hi, welcome to On the Sideline. We're back this week. We're having a very interesting show. We're here at the Barnum basketball court. Today we're going to be talking about that 36 point that LeBron requires to break that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar record, in which I think will happen tomorrow night at OKC. Also, we're going to talk about Tajan Chanjapal and that wonderful 207 runs that he made in the first test, day 3. And guess what? We're not going to finish until or unless we talk about that Kyrie Irving trade to Dallas Mavericks. So tune in with me. Oh, I forgot. We got our boy Jafar also on the sideline right here with us tonight. So tune in with me. Let us hear what Mr. Jaff has to say and what is my opinions upon the greatest of all times, King James. Yeah, Jaff, welcome to On the Sideline. It was a pleasure having you again.
Yes.
So let's just start right into cricket, man. What are your takes on the West Indies first so far in Zimbabwe?
I think it's a good showing. Zimbabwe over the years have been progressing in terms of playing wonderful cricket. The standards have raised from what we've known Zimbabwe to be as of traditionally. I think it's time now the Guyanese to feel proud that not only are we getting selected, but now we're being exposed. I think Tajan Chanjapal has been batting phenomenal ever since at under 17, I can remember. So to see him actually be given his debut and perform so exceptional against Zimbabwe, getting his maiden century and also getting a maiden double century, is impressive. I think this is something that is befitting, if not of a Dr. Letitia's right welcome, something of that nature when he returns.
But you see, I recall I overheard Brian Lara. He actually spoke before the starting of this test series. He was like, you know what, hey, people could be optimistic about West Indies cricket, but it's going to take some time. But I think they have been performing, consistently good in the test series for some time. No, I don't want to say bad, because we've seen the drawing series with Sri Lanka, with Pakistan. We've seen they beat England on 2 different occasions. So I mean, they've been battling against some very big teams, and they've managed to grind out some results. So if there's anything I could take from West Indies, across the 3 formats, I think I'm gonna say with the test team, they're showing some glimpse of
I mean, let's be honest. I mean, with West Indies in particular, our standards have dropped significantly. The reason being, when you look at the likes of Australia, the likes of India, with the likes of South Africa, with the likes of England, Pakistan, Sri Lanka. In my days of watching cricket, that's the days of Sanaa Jayasuriya, Kumar Sangakkara, Andrew Strauss, Sean Pollock, and those guys from the different teams. That was the standard there. And when you watch how those nations have progressed and then how West Indies have regressed, then it's fair to say that West Indies haven't been living up to the standard they should have. I mean, we're very low in the test rankings. Even Afghanistan now can challenge us and beat us in some regards. So when you think of things like that, it's fair to say that our cricket has regressed a lot. Of course, we have to be patient, because we have lost some of our traditionally good test players to the T20 format. For example, I can remember Darren Sammy when he started, was a brilliant test player. Darren Sammy ended up being an equally great T20 players. Things like that happen in the sport has affected the West Indies. Look at Shimron Etimaya today, who to me has a lot of potential and still has that potential to be exploited. But we have now lost him to the T20 Global League. So of course we have to be patient, one, with our batsmen, but we also we have some gems that we have to. West Indies cricket now have to mold those players into becoming what we know they can become. It makes no sense if Craig Brathwaite and Tajan Chanjapal are the only 2 batsmen that can bat at test cricket. We need 9 other players.
But you see, there's this crazy stat that just came up, that Tajan Chanjapal is actually the only West Indian since Craig Brathwaite
to make
a test 100.
It tells you a story.
Those are some really scary statistics.
We have the potential in the West Indies, not to cut you. We have the potential in the West Indies. Our first problem in cricket West Indies is the selections. Sometimes we feel as though persons are not even selected because of being a Guyanese.
Yeah.
But these are guys that can play. I'm not saying only Guyanese players can play, but even other players that are not selected that should make the teams. You know, and I think this has done a great disservice to the West Indies cricket over the years. And I think now with Chandra Paul giving the notch to perform how we've always seen him and know that he can't perform, and actually it's being substantiated by this double century. I think now is the time for Cricket West Indies to actually own up to some of their irresponsibilities over the years and give those youngsters that can perform the platform to do what they can do best, which is to perform.
But it's great though. There's this brilliant stat that, you know, Shivnarayan Chandrapal and Tejnarayan Chandrapal is actually the first father and son duo to actually score 200 plus runs in a test match. You know, or let's say in a test series. So I mean, there is light at the end of the tunnel for West Indies cricket, but we remain optimistic. We wait on to see, you know, how they fare against, you know, stronger opponents, teams like India, Australia, England, and other teams and so on. So besides, as I say, we're going to remain optimistic about West Indies cricket. That's just my take on behalf of that. But, I mean, we're here at the Burnham Court, and I think it's just fitting that we talk about basketball. We didn't want to turn this into a cricket kind of thing. So, I mean, Kyrie switched to Dallas Mavericks. I mean, everybody has been talking about that lately, bro. Everybody has been talking about that. What's your take on that, Jeff?
First, before I start, I just want to say kudos to the Bounty Colts who was practicing in preparation for the game this weekend. I also want to give a big shout out to Dirty. I only know him by that name, Dirty. But he's working with some youths, and not too many guys are doing that. So it's good to always give love when you can give love. That aside, I think the Kyrie Irving trade is being, you can regard it as something very hurtful. It's proud to see Kyrie move to where he would be happy and where we feel that he needs to go, given the circumstances in Brooklyn and what played out between him and Nets ownership in Josiah and those guys. But I really feel it mostly for Kevin Durant. Everything he's done since going to Brooklyn was for Kyrie. The only reason he left and went to Brooklyn was for Kyrie, and he stuck it out with Kyrie Irving. I don't think Kyrie betrayed him. I think the Nets organization has mismanaged that duo, and they will lose both of those guys. Kevin Durant in the summer requested trade. This is Kyrie Irving's, I think, second chance asking to be traded,
for a trade,
and then granted. Now that deal today we learned has been on hold because the Nets are looking for a third team trade, because they will also wish to acquire Fred VanVleet, who is at Toronto Raptors, if my memory serves me correct. So that deal is not done, but it's exciting. Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving. You wouldn't get more blockbuster than that. Last year we saw Luka Doncic took Jalen Brunson to the Western Conference Finals. So you give him Kyrie Irving and everybody tend to think, oh well, that's a championship. No, the West have changed exponentially over the last few months. So we've seen that. If the Pelicans weren't on an 11-game win streak, they would have been in the top 4. But we saw how that played out with the injuries and so a lot of things determine how far you go in the season. Kyrie Irving trade is just...
But perhaps many thought that Kyrie would be going to LA for sure, though. Like everybody thought Kyrie, you know, his initial... you know, destination or his preferred destination would be to go to LA and, you know, probably play with LeBron. Which I think it wasn't, well, to me, it wouldn't be a bad trade between, you know, the Lakers and Brooklyn to actually get him. But from some sources within, you know, the NBA fraternity, the guys, they were like, you know, Nets asking for too much. They want Westbrook, they want Austin Reeves. They want
the one
Christie, they want 207 and 209 draft picks.
2027 and
2029 draft picks. So I was like, wow, for just to carry on this crazy. And put in mind, I think Kyrie will be approaching free agency this summer.
You see, I don't think that the Nets were asking for too much. If Kyrie Irving is on the market, you're gonna make sure if you're gonna give him up, you're gonna give him up to something. No, Russell Westbrook is an Hall of Famer. He will get into the Hall of Fame. He's a record-breaking number, but the truth be told, he has not been his old self as of recent. And if you put him on the roster, he might be just as disruptive as Kyrie. Only thing is, he's going to be disruptive while playing, while Kyrie Irving might be sitting out. I do believe in some regard, you can't say the Nets were asking for too much, but the Nets know exactly what's going to happen if they get what they get from Lakers. And let's be truthful, I don't believe, and I don't think anyone believed the Nets really wanted to trade their asset to a potential title contender. If Nets do manage to go to the finals and Kyrie Irving is on the Lakers, what's stopping that Lakers team from going to the finals? And nobody wants to face the player that just left them in the finals and he star-studded. We saw that when Kawhi Leonard wanted out of San Antonio.
When he went to Toronto.
Greg Popovich ensured that he wasn't anywhere in America. So it just wasn't, it wasn't just a title contending team. He sent them all the way to Canada, somewhere where there's no t-shirts in the Raptors. Now, fortunately for Kyrie or Kawhi Leonard, that worked out. But that doesn't necessarily pan out how we all want it to. I'm happy for Kyrie Irving. He needed to be out of the Brooklyn Nets. If truth be told, we know why he's out, and I think that had to do with what he shared on Twitter mostly than actually him being on the field. And I think kudos to Kyrie, since the whole controversy with his Twitter account and a whole bunch of stuff. Kyrie Irving has put in ballpark numbers. His average is up.
Crazy.
The only thing is stopping him. We could argue about MVP status is because the other candidates have been balling. We're talking Jokic, Giannis, Luka Doncic, and all these guys have been performing exceptional. So I think Kyrie's happy, and I think at the end of it all, we want our players to be happy. Kyrie is one of my favorite players in the NBA, and I'm happy that Kyrie will be playing basketball at least by Wednesday.
Crazy. Kyrie is definitely one of the most consistent basketballers we got in the league. When it comes to massive and movements, dribbling, or whatever you want to call it, that guy is naturally gifted. But gifted, we're talking about number 23, right?
Yeah.
LeBron. Number 23. Gifted, we're talking about number 23. Mr. 23, we just started 6 points away. We're talking about breaking that record that probably no one thought would have been broken anytime soon. We're talking about that 38,000 plus points that Mr. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar has set. That ceiling that he has set so wide that LeBron, I think, will conquer tomorrow. Man, let's just dip right into the boss, man. What do you think about that matchup tomorrow with OKC and Lakers? Do you think LeBron breaks a record tomorrow?
I think easily. I think LeBron gets the record tomorrow. I don't see no way. Guys like LeBron James can get any numbers anytime they want. If those guys wish to score 50 points, 55 points, 30 points, 20 points, they can do it at will. LeBron actually holds the record for the longest 20-point streaking of games to date. Nobody will break that record. So can LeBron James score 36 on OKC? Even with Kevin Durant or Russell Westbrook, he averaged 30 points and something. So it's not a far-fetched thing that he will get it against OKC. It would be nice to see him get it out of the way, because it can serve as a distraction each game that you don't have the record. We saw that when Stephen Curry was chasing the three-point record, how taxing it became. But that aside, I think LeBron's career has been absolutely phenomenal. It has been nothing short of great. I mean, as polarizing as LeBron might be, that we might not like LeBron, seeing him for 20 years is remarkable. The guy that actually holds the record played for 20 years. LeBron is definitely going to be playing longer than 20 years. Personally, that is one record in the NBA I felt as though no one was ever going to touch it, let alone LeBron James. I think the three-point line has helped him in some regard. But you use what you can to get what you must.
Correct.
And I do believe that, like I said, that was a record I never thought, of all the records in the NBA, I thought nobody's going to get that record. If Kobe Bryant isn't getting that record, nobody will get that record. And to see LeBron James actually achieve that record is absolutely remarkable. Take nothing away. I can't tell you of another record I'm more stunned at seeing someone break that's a lot of points to amass in a career, and to see LeBron actually do it, and as not being quoted by a lot of sources as a scorer, even though I don't side with that logic, it's truly remarkable, and we can be nothing shy of happy for LeBron James.
You see, they got this thing in NBA before we come to the end of a very good show. Load management. And I can recall there's this quote by Kobe when he said that someone asked him, why is it that you go hard every night, even in injury? And Kobe was like, you know what? What if there's this kid that saved, all of his money all of his life just to watch me play one night, and I just, happen to don't play? What can happen there? Or what you think about it? And for my life, I was like, you know what? Hey, I was never a LeBron fan, to be honest, but I was like, see this guy come out every night, balling, game, and night in, night out, and just putting up numbers. So what exactly I'm trying to say is basically consistency pays off. For all the youngsters that is going to be out here practicing, preparing for tournaments and things of these sorts, it's fair to say that consistency pays off, and also hard work. So tomorrow is going to be a very historical night. I can just say you guys could just find somewhere nice, a nice bar, go out, make sure y'all get y'all nice Lakers number 23. I'm gonna tag along Jay for sure because he's a Curry fan, and ain't got nothing I want to rub in his face more than actually telling you, yo, Brian get a record of his own.
You gotta get it.
So I mean, it's gonna be fun to watch tomorrow. As I say, tomorrow that 36 point is gonna be shattered. We're gonna, welcome in the new GOAT, the real GOAT. Not a Jordan thing, but yeah. Nevertheless, we've come to a good end of On the Sideline. We here at, again, the Barnum Court, the revitalized Barnum Court. Yeah. We here at the revitalized Barnum Court. So Jafar, thanks a lot, bro. It's been a pleasure speaking to you again. I really love speaking to you. One love all the time. Yeah. So, boom. I just want to say a special shout out to my technical team, Mr. Cleveland, James, and Chemo Award. Peace out until next time.
At the most critical life-changing moments, the National Insurance Scheme is here to ensure that your needs are covered. Access reimbursement for medical expenses for various aspects of your medical care. We know that eye care is of utmost importance. Receive assistance with our Spectacle Care voucher. Visiting the dentist? Dental care is also covered under our sickness benefit services. Offset the funeral expenses of a loved one with costs covered by our funeral benefits. National Insurance Scheme. We're there every step of the way.